It's still an action. Just like if somebody came up to you and called you a bitch to your face, that don't mean you can be offended. That's being offended. You ain't gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, yeah, guess I'm a bitch then. Well, that's what bitches do. So they call each other bitches. No, you're gonna be like, hey, I take that as disrespect. It's the same way. If somebody walk up to you and notices that you're in a relationship, this is all he's saying. I'm not making an argument that this is what I would do or whatever. I'm just saying this is what he's saying. If somebody comes up to you, you should feel disrespected when somebody steps to you and disrespects your marriage by trying to shoot their shot at you, knowing that you're married.
How can I say it like this? Which one is more attractive? A married man or a single man?
Why does that matter?
Because it matters a lot.
It doesn't.
Because of because you're taken. So that means that somebody wanted you. So you must be good. You're good enough for one. So you may be good enough for me to even attempt to do, because there are people that do it, right? So what I'm saying in the same sense, a married woman is more attractive than a single woman, right? Because that means there was a dude that was willing to wife her up, take her off the market. So she must be a dope chick versus a single woman, which you all out here struggling to deal with. You feel me? So if a dude is coming up to holler at her, then that means I must have did something pretty well. That's how.
Let me ask you a question.
You always ask me.
Can somebody walk in your house and start dogging the shit out of your house without you getting offended?
Really bad analogy. Try another one.
No, it's a really good analogy because we're talking about being offended by someone's actions. I'm not saying
coming into my house.
Right. So if somebody comes to your house, can they just talk shit about your house? And you be like, you know what? Hey, that's what people do when they jealous of you. They talk shit. Or you gonna be like, I
like answering directly. The answer is yes. I would be offended if I allowed somebody to come into my house and step on my sofa. I would be upset. If I allowed a brother to come into my house and step on my sofa, if I allowed somebody to come in and put their feet on my bed, I'm gonna be offended. Now the question is, who am I allowing in my house? Fair. Now, if I have a public house, with no doors, no locks, no nothing, and am I tripping that transients or homeless people are coming in, doing what transients and homeless people are doing because I allowed these, because I didn't keep my security up, or people to come into my house that I didn't invite? No, I'm not. I'm gonna be like, why am I allowed? Why did I do that? But if I'm allowing them in, Sweeney, that's a different question.
You would be offended with yourself, not the person offending you.
What I'm saying is this. This is what I'm saying. Let's simplify and move on. What I'm saying is this. I cannot impart what I feel on a separate third party. That's what you're saying. You're saying, oh, a person that your wife should feel a certain type of way, that this man should know. What are you talking about? The thing is that, let's say a man stepped to your girl. It ain't even got to be ugly for her to get her off of her. Hey, sir, I'm married. Please move on.
Again, y'all.
Right? Hold on. Let me finish.
Go ahead, bro.
Right? Please move on. Right? And again, you have no effect, hold, or power over that third party, right? That's the way you feel. That's the way he feels, but he has no right to impart his feelings on a separate third party that ain't got nothing to do with him. The disrespect lies between him and his mate, not no third party.
Again, this is the problem that we're having here.
All right, last comment. We're gonna move on after this.
This is the problem that we're having here. You're not imparting anything on anybody to feel disrespected or be offended. Being offended is your own personal feeling. Nobody telling you that you have to go out there and do anything. But if somebody offends you, you can say, I'm not going to deal with you no more. If somebody walks up to you and says, talks to you any old kind of way, you have a way that you can handle that. You can handle that in a number of ways. That's all the man is saying, is that you should feel offended when somebody disrespects your relationship or disrespects your spouse when they step to you. It's nothing about what you got to do, how you got to do it. If that's you getting up from the table and saying, I'm not going to associate with you no more, it's still an action. Just like if somebody came up to you and called you a bitch to your face, that don't mean you can be offended. That's being offended. You ain't going to sit there and be like, oh, well, yeah, guess I'm a bitch then. Well, that's what bitches do. So they call each other bitches. No, you're going to be like, hey, I take that as disrespect. It's the same way. If somebody walk up to you and notices that you're in a relationship, this is all he's saying. I'm not making an argument that this is what I would do or whatever. I'm just saying this is what he's saying. If somebody comes up to you, you should feel disrespected when somebody steps to you and disrespects your marriage by trying to shoot their shot at you, knowing that you're married.
All right.
Okay. So you switched it. You put it back on the men.
We're gonna come back to it. After everybody's gone, we're gonna chop it up. Luis, my man, what's going on? Good evening. Let's get your take.
Good evening, fellas. It's been a good take so far. So, look, this is my take. Shooters are gonna shoot, and my thing is that if shooters are gonna shoot, is your wife properly prepared to block all attempts that come her way, regardless of space and place and time, wherever it happens, right? And sort of to answer the topic, sorry, I went up. To answer the topic, I'm going to say this. No one could offend you without your permission. No one can offend you without your permission, right? My thing is, are you prepared as a man to accept the reality that you have an attractive woman and other men are going to constantly try to break into your vehicle like Shane had laid out earlier, right? You just need to. My boyfriend turned 20. Yeah, that's just my thing. We just need to understand, those types of dynamics happening. They don't need to come home and report to you like, hey, I was at the supermarket and this guy came up to me and he shot his shot. We know the realities of what's happening out here and how certain men are moving. You know what I'm saying? My thing is your wife properly, mentally, prepared to block all those attempts? Because I know that it's flattering to receive a compliment from other people, men or women alike. But I think you got to be able to take them straight at face value. And the moment that they don't get the hint that you are already off the market and taken, it's at that point that you need to revert and cut all ties, regardless of whether it's positive or negative on both sides. So that's all I have.
I think I know what DeJuan gonna say. What you think, DeJuan?
I look at it like this, bro. It's plain and simple. All right. If you decided to marry a chick, she once had to be a good girlfriend. You had to already have that loyalty established. So every man know if you get a bad chick, if you get a high quality chick that everybody wants and looks at, you know what comes with it. So you have to already be prepared for that. But you got to also know that your girl is loyal to you. Loyalty is everything. Being disrespected, I'm with the other guys on that. I wouldn't necessarily feel disrespected unless they see me with my woman and they trying her. Now I feel disrespected. But if she's out by herself, you're gonna have vultures. You're gonna have these type of guys that's gonna go after these women. They don't care about what you think because some of these women actually go for it. You got some of these women that go for it. So if he's out here doing this and say, for instance, he holler at 10 married chicks, 9 times out of 10, he's going to get one of them. He's going to get one of them. So him being turned down or whatever by your girl, that's a good thing for you. But I got a bad chick. My chick is bad as hell. I know she bad. I ain't worried about that because I know where my loyalty stand with her. So I know all the time when she's out and about, she's in the gym, she's working out, they are at her neck. But I'm not worried about that